Hello guys, welcome back to another one. We've got Luca in this one in second and Mr. Feeding on pole. Let's jump on board. Starting this one in sixth, though we will be dropping down, no doubt. With the Sirocco very poor off the line. Oh, come over to try to. I'm just about managing to hold on to it. No, we'll have to give that one up. Down to seventh, a skip as and when we can, and again we'll try to squeeze in two into this one. This is actually my second time trying to squeeze two, and I'm not sure why. The first time I did it would only allow 25 minutes of recording. I'm not sure if it does it again. We'll have to give up on it and just do them one at a time. A skip as and when we can, as we make friends. This guy, a bit of an incident going on between Luca and the feeding guy, who is Metal Gear, I believe, and we're all over that stuff. Up into the top five, look behind, and a wee drop of the wheel for Metal Gear. Manages to hold on to it though, and again onwards with the skip, as we just try to make friends and get our way up to the battles of Bubbly. As usual, side by side action going down, and that top two is now available. Back in the slipstream. As we go around the long straight, will there be any kind of side by sides? Will anyone decide to pull out? Paul is in the quicker car, so he may well decide to make a move. And he does indeed. He goes to the inside. We immediately follow the man, as we know he is in the quicker car. The guys on the inside now, not much that they can do, only just lift off and try to be careful. He decides to hold it in a bit, and there's nowhere for him to go except for out. Up into the top three. Again, we shall continue with the skip as and when we can. Still hanging on to that slipstream at the moment. And still in the Sirocco, so this is still, more than likely this is still Monday. As I think the second time during the week where we jumped into it, we started getting a bit frustrated with this wee car. Very slow off the line and not able to pass anyone, as we drop down into fourth place, and Luca is up into fifth now behind us, also in the slip. Again, on with the skipping as and when we can along the straight, deciding to follow Paul. In the final corner, we'll stay on board just to make sure, as Luca, some side by side action in the background. Lovely driving from both guys, nice and clean. And it would have been better there not having any side by side action with the man doll. Luca ending up getting some side by side action as well. He lifts off and hands it back to us so we can hit the fast line. Continuing with the skip as we come round. On the way into the corner, a lot of pressure on the ass area. We decide to send our own. A full send up the inside. Unfortunately, not getting stopped in time. Paul doing a great job to hang on to that and save it. We're now feeling a wee bit guilty for doing that move. Just trying to push Luke on. Continuing with the skip. As I say, we're feeling a wee bit guilty now as Luca drops us out of that slipstream. Someone thinking of a bit of side-by-side action, deciding against that. The Sirago, a pretty steady car here. Just no top end speed, which is ridiculously important if you want to be able to pass anyone on the run to the finish line. So it started becoming extremely frustrating. Onwards with the skip as we come round once again to the straight, and the frustration kicks in once again as we're just absolutely mauled. We actually had a slight lift at the start of that straight as well. That's right, because we're still feeling guilty at Paul behind us for that late lunge that we did on him, missed timing our brakes ever so slightly, and as we come round we pull in and hand that precision over in way of an apology. Right, let's try and squeeze in another one. The old meditating screen, brought back by popular demand for our yoga fans who love to do a wee bit of meditating in between races. Enjoy. That's enough of the meditating. Starting this one in fourth, and Key Fusa is ahead of us. Mr. Stark and Bezzy is back. Key also on the ass area. On board from the start. Will Key get a jump on us before we get into the first corner? See the Sirago, very poor off the line. We just about managed to keep it though, although now we're well out of the slipstream. We'll jump outside and have a skip whilst there's nobody in front of us. And we now do have a bit of slipstream from Fusa. And we're not too far off the lead. The lead is right there. If they get into any kind of racing and battling, and Sirago pretty good around that wee section. The front end sticks quite nice in it for us. And again, the small skipping as and when we can. No, something's happened to Key. Key's had an incident or something. Probably being distracted by the sexy ass area of our car. We did indeed win the Sexy Livery Award as usual. I think we're undefeated still in the Sexy Livery Award. Again, around we go. I suspect we'll be making friends. Yes, he's got the hazard lights on, so we're nudging him. We're thinking more about the win at the moment, or maybe not the win, but we're certainly thinking about Mr. Stark in second. Almost into the slip. In fact, I think he might just be on the edge of the slip now, so it'll be slightly harder for us to hang on to him now that he has a whiff of his own slipstream, if indeed he does have that whiff. And by the looks of that, we don't have it anymore, as we get a small nudge in the back, and we're down to 5th position. I'm deciding to go for the nudge instead, still hoping for top 3 if this guy can bring us back up there. Side by side's gone down. Fuza has made the move. Now it looks like we're back in the queue. Yep. Oh, although that's going to be us out, I think. That might be us dropped. Back in it by the looks of it. Sirocco's really good around this section, like I said. Should be able to get right back up there again. Would do indeed. Second place still available then at the moment. And again, we should be able to gain on them a wee bit. Missing an apex here, but this wee left-hander down the bottom of the hill here, the Sirocco is particularly good at. Able to be nice and aggressive around it. We edge up just a tad. And we still just managed to cling, are we? Still clinging. We are indeed onto the back straight. Anyone deciding side-by-side action has to go down. Mr. Stark deciding, and Fuza. Good driving, deciding against a side-by-side there, although he was on the inside. He was hot favourite. Very close battle at the moment for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Fuza going a wee bit wide there. Again onwards with a small skip as and when we can, just in case it only lets me save 25 minutes again. I did check my settings and it says that it's meant to save an hour for me, and it looks like we're just out of it there. Looks like we're just out of it. We're going to need to nail the rest of this. The 3 of those guys are very close, so they should slow each other down around the next couple of corners. Can we get ourselves back up into that slip? We're close, we're close. We need a good corner now. And that's just back into it. Let's see if the Sirocco can do anything at all. As Fuza's out. Oh, we're just about. Managed to avoid him there. And we're still in the slip. On with a skip. And this is the problem with the Sirocco. Not able to gain at all whatsoever. Bringing this one home in 4th position. Thank you guys. I shall catch us in the next one.